Okay, so here we go. A lot of people do this. This is not um, anything new. I mean, you go into the room, you cast Gifoe, they both come at you from opposite directions, and Gifoe stops them in their tracks. Oh, however, like, I don't have any traps or anything, so I kind of just do that. I mean, I'm invincible. That's one difference. And the other difference is I don't have any traps. So not only am I invincible, so I don't need traps, but I didn't really even need the Gifoe. But the idea here is just it sets them up very easily, just to keep them in place and be hit for the way I play. So that lets me do both of those, like kill all four of them without blessing running out. And even though I didn't get hit during that second part, there's a chance that demons misses or something goes wrong, and that could get me killed. At this level, yeah, I don't even have 500 HP, so they're gonna kill me. That's just how it is. Okay, this is another example of why I hate my frame skip, because... Or no, maybe this is the one major example. I just can't hit. It's like, Demons misses half the time, and the Bringer's Rifle has enough ATA that at least, you hit more than... I mean, your accuracy is like nearly 100% with both attacks. That count. So that increases your, chance of basically killing a Lily to like 75%. It's not quite that. It's actually quite lower. It's like 60 something. But for me, it's like half. It's ridiculous. It just, I, I really don't know how to express myself. I can't stand it. Also, what I'm doing here is, there are all these Rico boxes all over the place, and the one directly to your left, which is the one I kill first, and it better die. Good. It's really important to take care of them because the recons that come out. That that worked out. Um, sorry, I just sort of do that sort of stuff on impulse. I kind of get carried away when I'm thinking and playing. But the one directly to your left, and then the one in the top, not the top right corner, but um, like just in front of you, essentially. So up and to the right from your starting location. Those two are the ones that spawn recons, and those two are the ones that I'm going to leave. And I'm not comfortable with fighting both spawns, so I'm not going to. And this makes this part of the tower much easier, because you only have to fight half of the enemies at once. And there's something very like, okay, so what happens is this is a dual layer spawn, so there are two sets of enemies that I'm fighting here, like two sets of waves. And if I kill those Rico boxes, they would start spawning the other half of the enemies. And when you get done with both sets, then you fight the final wave. And those are like the harder spawns. Those are the ones where you have like Epsilon and all of the other bullshit that nobody likes. Well, I like it, so I shouldn't say nobody likes. More Lily shit. It just really ticks me off. Also, what I'm doing with the Gigu here, Frozen Shooter has like this infinite vertical tolerance. So even if you attack like the dragon or something and your beam goes like way below it, it's going to hit anything above it, anything below it, in like the entire column. So when the Gigu, which come down from the ground, if you let them come all the way down, you'll be able to freeze them, but they need to be attacked once before they can actually be frozen with Frozen Shooter. So in order to do that, I need to make sure I hit them, which I'll use the Frozen Shooter special, and then they need to drop down to the ground, and that's why I do a normal attack. So what I'm really doing is special, normal, special with my Frozen Shooter. It's not, it's really just to set them up. The first attack hits them and causes them to come down to the ground. The second attack is just fast so that I can get it over with, because it won't freeze them if you just do a special. There's a set time period that you need to wait for. And the third attack freezes them. And what it looks like is you see both Gigu, they pop up on your little radar, I guess. You see both Gigu, and then you freeze one with a special normal special. And what happens is it kind of just like teleports down to the ground and then freezes, kind of at the same time. And usually all this happens before the second one has even become invisible. And this is important because it allows me to whip out my demon mech gun, and these lilies are giving me trouble again. It lets me get out my demon mech gun and take the one that I froze first completely out before the second one has even landed. And of course, once it lands, it's very easy to take care of. It's all about speed, though. If you notice, I don't use LMK38 here. There's a photon drop, probably. Yes. You know, actually, I don't even know what Yellowbows gets from Ilgil. Oh well. Okay, so the Epsilon are coming up, and that's, I don't know, not really much to say. They can be dodged completely. I mean, it's not like a big problem. But if you're just trying to do this yourself, I highly recommend learning just don't try to kill everything that you see. Try to wait for Blessing to show up before you fight the Epsilon. I mean, if you have trouble killing them or something, you can always just wait for Blessing, or run around in circles or something. I don't know, whatever you do. You can wait for Blessing, and you know, like, no matter how weak you are, as long as you are capable of killing enemies, and at least, you know, just capable of killing them, which basically means any character that can use a demon's weapon, which is indeed every character. I mean, even androids can just go through the tower with demons. It's not impossible. It's not a problem. But yeah, like, don't be afraid to do what I'm doing right here, which is waiting for Blessing again. I literally just had it, so I'm gonna have to sit here for like 3 minutes, which is kind of boring. But I'm gonna be patient. I'm gonna wait for Blessing, and then the next Epsilon with all those Gigu, you know, that spawn's going to be very easy, and that is arguably the most difficult spawn in East Tower. So if you can take care of that one, you are in great shape for doing this quest. The lilies right after that, those can be dealt with. I mean, it's not even like they're not even hard. I mean, it's sure they shoot Magid at you, but if you just run at any angle, I mean, just really any angle, as long as you're not running directly at them when they're spitting Magid at you. Any angle is going to make you dodge every Magid from every lily, as well as the Raphoe from the Epsilon. So as long as you're just moving, you can just shoot them once, in between Raphoe shots and Magid shots, of course. Well, with your Bringer's rifle, which is fast enough that you can just, you know, get one shot off, then you run and dodge Raphoe, and then you get another shot off, dodge Raphoe. I mean, not all 4 lilies are going to be shooting at you. I mean, sure, you can get unlucky, but you should be able to do it. Like, that's just, it's nowhere near as hard as the Gigu. Those, it's just a little bit more random because of the way they move. And again, I'm sorry that I can't show you any tricks like doing this part without Blessing at all. But that's because I do not feel comfortable, like, what the fuck? Oh, I must have picked up another escape point. I'll just drop it later, I guess. Yeah, the Gigu are they're much harder, and I'm sorry I can't show you any tricks that I'd like to. I mean, just something a little bit more impressive. This is just like a foolproof way of doing this quest. That's all that I'm really here for. So, I don't know how long it's been. I think my blessing should be coming back here in a second, so... Yeah, there we go. Okay, so, like what I was saying earlier, see, I freeze that one before the other ones even appear by doing special, normal, special with my frozen shooter. Epsilon gets in the way, Epsilon gets in the way again. Usually, I mean, unless you have good spacing and you know the distance, like, very well, like you know how far you're going to be, they're probably going to fly away. But if you know what you're doing, you can do this safely without them flying all over the place.